What's up, everyone? Switched up here as always. Yeah, the stream was a bit later than usual, and in honest, though, I wasn't sure exactly what kind of stream to do today, and so yeah, I wasn't really sure exactly what type of stream. I was very much looking forward to do some game show stream, but not many people didn't show up on Discord, and yeah, so pretty much. And doing a smash and pass, well, that's out of the question since I haven't even updated that one yet. I do have some documents though. Would you rather? But that was another thing about it is if it's just me and Game Guy playing it, it will not be the same. Since yeah, not many of our friends are even online. I know that Kuvo is online. I uh Burn Dreamer, what's up? So as from Kuvo, I'm not even sure if Lord is online, if Malachite is online. It's a pretty unknown. Even though it has happened that Lord can talk, even though it shows that he's not even online at all. But how does it even work? No idea. And some of my viewers or the one that have been recently seen that video that I posted yesterday about the future of MLP G5. Well, it seems to be actually be confirmed. G5 is actually officially over. I was quite surprised of that in the first place. If you're looking all back, 2019, Hasbro announced G4 was going to end being replaced by G5. And G5 didn't start until like 2021, like only a few years after G4 ended. And Mickey Mark was produced on Netflix, well, for Netflix for only for a short time there. Like I don't even remember exactly, but it was about 2 3 years or something like that. There was originally 7 chapters, but the last episode, Secrets of Starlight, was the one supposed to be in the 7th chapter, but it turned out to be the 6th chapter. When Make Mark ended, it instead led to Tell Your Tale to continue the series. Even though that Tell Your Tale was already running on YouTube, meanwhile Mickey Mark was running. And I was like, okay, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And even like a few months ago, Hasbro did announce there's gonna be 4 special episodes of Telltale. Each one's gonna be 22 minutes long. First one was announced and supposed to be released in March, but wasn't until like early April. Second one was supposed to be in late August, but that didn't happen. So I suspected maybe in early September, like the first time it happened. But it didn't happen though. So the second special was not being released at all. Now, and the second season of Tell Your Tale on YouTube, there was supposed to be 4 special episodes. Only one released, and there was also a total of 25 episodes the rest of the season. And that means the remaining 25 episodes, including those 3 special episodes, aren't gonna happen. So the last episode that was the recent one that they released on, I think it was like 2 days ago, where a water park by the name of I think it is, that was the official final last episode they ever made. I mean, it might be changed that, I don't know. Even a Mexican company said that they wanted to produce a Ponyverse, possibly with G4 and G5 characters, as a sort of a reboot of the whole franchise. But that was supposedly quote unquote cancelled. So Hasbro had decided to focus on something else because they have quote unquote other things in mind. They had something else different. And exactly what that means, I have no idea. It could potentially be in G6. I mean, if not the G6 is perhaps going to be in war, Hasbro literally just only about early last month they decided to end G5 because they had something else in mind. Even though they said that the Tell Your Tale series was supposed to have 4 special episodes, but only one was ever released, and the remaining 25 were all scrapped. And how did I even know that? Well, I went to this MLOP G5 Wikia, and it turned out that Hasbro has scrapped the rest of the 25 episodes, including the 3 remaining longer ones. So I don't know if this literally means the actual end of G5. I mean, I believe it actually is confirmed if the rumors are true. So if that happens, I don't even know for sure anymore. I mean, even though G5 did gain a lot of support, a lot of love from the fans, may not be that much as G4, but plenty of enough. But there is a lot of things about that I really don't know why suddenly it happened. If you go back, G4, it was released in 2010, finally ended in 2019. So 9 years, for nearly a decade. And I have to say, G4 is the longest of all the G4, all the MLP generations had ever been produced. G1, G2, and G3, they weren't even that long. They were probably like 1 to 2, between just 1 or 3 seasons. I think at least 1 or 2 seasons at most. But after G3 ended, there were years. It was years until G4 was reproduced, and I was surprised that G4 lasted for nearly 10 years, and compared to the first 3 generations lasted for just between 1 or 2 generations or seasons. And G5, I was expecting maybe that the G5 might have even lasted for up to at least 5 years or maybe a little bit more. But nope, not at all. It lasted from between 2021 until this year. I'm just surprised of any of this. So if G5 is going to be officially over, I mean, I might be wrong in this. I mean, it's potentially possible also that since Hasbro has something else planned or something different, and like I said, what that means, I have no freaking idea. It might just be a potential for G6. But here's the thing: if they're going to be G6, what does it mean for the rest of the whole franchise? Could that G6 might be taking place still in Equestria, but even further in the future compared to G5 and G4? And that they might be involving descendants of the new main 6? Or maybe there's a whole different new characters that in the G6? Or it might even be not even a question at all. Because neither G1, G2, or G3 was not in Equestria. I believe it was G3 was actually called Pony Land. So now that G5 is over, and that Hasbro has something else different in mind, could that be G6? Maybe. But maybe not. It's just speculations on that. Even if there were to be a G6, there's always a 50-50, might not even be in Equestria, might even be a whole different land. So if there be a G6, Will they bring back some other characters like or some concept of terms of alicorns, something like that? I If I had to say, I doubt it. If G6 would have been made, Alicorn may not even perhaps not even be part of that franchise, or at least that generation. Because Alicorn was not even part of either the first three generations. Though actually since it was actually Lauren Faust that came up with the whole term of Alicorn when she was in the production. Well, I mean, she left Lauren Faust left G4 later on, but so if G5 now is ending, G6 might be replacing it. Might tend to suspect we may be surprised not to be expecting Alicorns, Equestria anymore. It might be a whole different land. It's just the potential on that. I mean, just look at back in G3. They was not in Equestria. Sure, Spike was in there. They had Scootaloo, they had Rainbow Dash, they had who else? Well, they had at least Scootaloo, Sweetie Belle, Rainbow Dash, and a few others. But it's just at the moment I can't give much answers to exactly what's gonna happen now with G5. Or I mean, I could be absolutely wrong in the whole thing that G5 isn't ending at all. Maybe Hasbro has something else in mind for the G5. Maybe they have taken of making another spin-off of G5 set to take place in maybe a few years later. Hey, who knows? Maybe that Hasbro is planning for a long feature movie, another a feature movie about G5. But I don't know. I mean, G5 was a really good show. Now that is might seem to be over, I don't even know for sure anymore. I mean, it's just only speculations of what can actually happen though, but who knows these days. G5 was really good, even though the lacks of even it might be may not even be the same popularity as the G4, but I say there are some fans that really didn't like G3. Might be a wrong reason for that. I mean, I did grow up watching G3 a little bit out of actually. Even though that show was back in the 1980s, some years before even I was even born. So when I was watching it was like old reruns. But that's pretty much it. I know for a fact that many have wondered what's going to happen with the next generations. And even if G5 is ending, will the whole franchise that generation continue as comics? Well, I mean, if you're looking at this one, when G4 ended, Hasbro did announce that it will continue at least one more generation, one more season, but as comics. So if this is actually official end of G5, it might continue as in comics. But it's just, I'm not so sure about this point. I was really surprised that G5 was officially ended. It hasn't even been that long. Just for 3 years. I mean, Telltale, 25 episodes that were scrapped for no reason apparently. I mean, I don't know for sure for one reason. Maybe the ratings wasn't even that high. Maybe that Hasbro didn't consider that the Telltale series was even a profit anymore. I mean, I just don't know why. To be honest, considering how many if you consider like G5 or G4, there were some episodes in that generation that there was definitely had low ratings. There were, not a question about it, there were some episodes that was not much liked by the fans. Like Heart and Hooves Day episode and a few others. There were some that was not much well liked by some of the fans, by the audience. But that didn't stop it though. Because majority of the episodes of G4 had not only a couple of 100,000 views, or like there were at least a few million views on all of the episodes. I think it was between 2 and 5 million views or ratings on those each of all those episodes. So 2 to 5 million. That's huge. I understand if some episode back in G4 had some like wasn't well liked, but sure. But ending it to the newest generation just like that. And 25 episodes on the season 2 of Tell Your Tale scrapped just like that. And even like months ago when they announced 4 long special episodes gonna be released. Sure, only one of those just did what happened, but the rest? Nope. It's like pull the plug for the whole thing. I want to say one thing though, Hasbro. Nice work. You made so many fans for the Brony community looking forward to those long special episodes, but what do? Pull the plug! You're literally scrapping the whole idea. Nice work, not Disney, but nice work, Hasbro. Hasbro really made a bad mistake on this one. I mean, the season 2 only had lasted for just like 23 episodes of Telltale. There were remaining 25. Just totally scrapped. Then you just decided to end the whole thing. Nice work, Hasbro. Nice work. You've ruined the whole franchise again for us. I mean, back in 2019, we were looking forward to see the next potential season 10, but no. You just ended it all. And then the G5 came out, and many fans loved it, and lasted for 3 years, and now you pull the plug. Screw you, Hasbro. Man, that was just great, wasn't it? I look forward to see the other 3 special episodes of Tell Your Tale, but no. Hasbro wanted to be a big bad guy and just pull the plug. But it's just that it's also potential maybe that they have a reason. I don't even know for sure. I don't even know. But still, nice work, Hasbro. Nice work. Oh, that's just great. I know for a fact that many fans from the Brony community was probably like the same. Especially my good friend Cody Lane. He's like, I hate this. He was shocked. I was shocked myself. Because from time to time, I often went to see this on My Little Pony, MLP, G5 Wikia to learn more about upcoming episodes or maybe new information that has been updated or something like that. But no, not at all. And especially now, they are leaving us with a huge cliffhanger. Like, like there are some couple of things about G5 that we may. Oh, hey, Shigo. Thanks. But yeah, considering a list, one other thing is that Allura, the flying snow leopard that was introduced in Make and Mark in the last few episodes, and now had been throughout the season, the first season of Telltale, and now the second one. Now also in one of the, I think it was season 2, episode 22, we finally seen her brother Altero. Now we know if it's a younger or older brother. We had only known for sure that she had a brother. His voice could only been heard in Making Mark chapter 6, in Secret of Starlight. Now we know how he looks like, at least when he was younger. That is one of the few things that we are having now a plot twist. As many fans of different franchises hates cliffhangers. Like, it leaves a lot, tons of lot unanswered questions. Like Alora, we know she wants to go back home to be reunited with her brother. It turned out that when she was younger, as a cub, along with her brother, they actually found that the Noah charm that they had, and she somehow opened a portal and took her to Starlight Ridge. And she was trapped there without knowing exactly how to go back. So she just wanted to go back home. But now it's impossible for her to know that. And some of the things that we don't know is like, especially like Sunny's mother. We know for a fact that she left Merton Bay when she was still as an infant to looking for something that will restore the magic. But with her gone, there's like, even though we don't know her actual name, I just I'm a little disappointed on this. So I'll say, Hasbro, nice work. Absolutely nice work. Not. Hasbro really pulled that on though. I just don't understand why. I mean, if you're looking at Hasbro, really pull their plug on many things. I mean, if now the G5 is over, they're leaving a lot of questions about like what's going to happen to Laura. She just want to go back. She just want to go home. Now that the Hasbro has decided to pull the plug on the whole thing, that's not even happening anymore. Unless that happens in the comics. But I don't even know for sure if that's even under. If not a G5, it's gonna end. So, what about the G5 comics? Will they also continue to just continue or just simply end? Well, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, there have already been some talks, maybe some question about what about Queen Haven, like Queen Haven, and Alpha Barrel. Well, would they end up being married and all? That's just on the question. It's like, and as Cody also had wished for, who would Hitch end up being shipped with? Was that either Sunny, his oldest friend, or maybe Misty, or Zip, or Pip? That also not even unanswered. Because back in when the announcement of G5 or G4, there were a lot of speculations who would end up with who. Like Fluttershy with Discord, um, Soaring with maybe Rainbow Dash, or was it Rainbow Dash with Applejack? At least one shipping that was from the very start, she's a sandwich with Pinky. Now that was confirmed to actually happen. But other than that, not much. I know I may have been ranting all on this, but thinking about it, G5 really was a good show, and now just over. G5 was really good. I understand at the time when there was announced there's gonna be a whole different spin-off. Oh, that reminds me of one thing. Shortly after that G4 had ended, there was another spin-off. My Little Pony Life. G4.5, which was a crappy, crappy show. Another thing is, Discord in that in Pony Life were in fact real. He was also in that show, but it was not even John Delancey. There was the actual Macintosh voice actor. That's another plot twist. Another thing is Pinky. She was selling some magical potions at Sugar Cup Corner to basically anyone. And that was also another plot twist that I never even imagined that's what's gonna happen. So yeah, really. And now that G5 is ending all, what I mean, so the question is, would it be another spin-off like Pony Life for G5, but the same style? If that happens, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. I can say one thing: if a game guy were like, Lord have mercy, am I right? Game guy.
He stopped ranting finally.
Yeah, apparently. But how would you react if they decide to make if Hasbro decide to make another spin-off, but based on the Pony Life style of the G5?
God, I'd hate it.
Pretty much the same. They're leaving a lot of unquestioned, some questions unanswered. Seriously, it just, uh, I mean, it's just one of the weird stuff that about this happening. Kind of reminds me of another series that I did watch, and this was around 2009 to 2011. Stargate Universe, a spin-off of an original series, and it just ended a cliffhanger, just like that. Even though that series also had a 5-year plan for at least 5 seasons, but the company MGM had new management leadership, so they had that pulled the plug for the whole franchise. So yeah, it's just leaving a show with a cliffhanger. It's not good. Believe me, it is not at all. Because you're only leaving unanswered questions, like what happened to the main characters, what happened to the bad guys, what happened next with the show. At least G4 had some, that ending had at least more positive to that. At least I mean that didn't leave us with a cliffhanger. At least that we know now how what happened years after Twilight's coronation. That there was peace, and what the rest of the main six were up to. Like Pinky got married, had a son. Uh, I think at least I suspect at least that Rainbow will get the new captain of the Wonderbolts, and that she and the rest of the others are doing what they were up to. So I'm just saying, leaving one show is a cliffhanger is not a good thing at that. I mean, what if they decide to make say a Mario show and they left it with that, a cliffhanger without nothing, or it's just I don't know, sure was about that. So what you been up to though?
Not much.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same here. I have really done much at all. Did some story earlier, but that's pretty much it. I haven't been watched some TV, computer. I haven't done much. It's just boring day. Pretty much on that. I wonder what the others are doing. Kubo is, well, inactive, but he's there on Discord. But the others, the ones that we haven't seen lately much in the streams are um, which is Lord, Cody, among things. Who else? The twins. Haven't even seen them in a while. Hayden. We haven't even seen him in a while. Stormy. We haven't even seen him in a long while now. Who else? Taylor, who has been in the streams a couple of times before, but hadn't seen him in a while. Well, there are a few people that we haven't seen in a while in the stream, so I mean, as Malak kind of pointed out, that when Cody Darkhawk is doing his stream, he doesn't even send an invitation to anyone else. That's kind of bit weird. I mean, I always put my link to my streams on Discord. That's same as for you. But when Cody is streaming, he never even invites none of us. Or at least, that the thing is, even if we do in fact knowing that he is streaming, it's kind of strange that he never decided to even want to even ask us if we want to join in the stream or not. That's another thing about it. And he has like two channels. One that he hasn't been inactive of for over a year now, I think. And the second one, the same thing. I mean, even though his streams aren't usually that long, maybe half an hour, maybe just an hour, that's it. But he doesn't even stream that so often. But even when he do streams, I'm surprised that he never actually sent a link to anyone else privately or even an open DM like on Discord. It's kind of a bit strange that he knows that. I mean, I cannot even see any reason for if there's something that he has been. I don't know if he's pissed on us or something, but I don't think that is because if he had been pissed at us, he would even been on in the DM. He would have left the DM and he probably have even removed some of us as friends on Discord and all that. I mean, so I don't know why when Cody are streaming that when he never invites us, it's kind of strange. I mean, it's also his life, so I mean, we can't say that we can't like force him to let us in there or not, but it's just yeah. And even Dachi, he is not in our streams that often either. Mostly because since he's living with his home provider or something like that, like a group home, so that kind of makes sense. Well, another thing is um, connection to Wi-Fi and some other stuff. Malachite, well, he isn't like every time when in the stream. That depends on what he has up to be. If he had to do something else, like if he had to cut the grass or go with his mom to do some errands or do something else, or he slept in or something. That's the few things that also happened. Lord, well, that's just that he had the most standard out with his friends, or yeah. So but another person we haven't seen much is Crystal. I mean, I understand that she lives in a big city. She lives with her mom and I think it's her younger brother or cousin that lives with them. That's a bit amusing, or that she can kind of annoying her or something like that. I don't even know for sure what it is, um, but she uh, so like this was early this week. I was like, I got to receive a message or a comment from Crystal saying that her main Discord account had been hacked. I was like, what the? She had literally been hacked. But I was questioning, like, is that really Crystal when she put that in comments? Because if her main Discord account had been hacked, so I was like, okay, what is it that, what if that is like, what if her YouTube channel also had been hacked? I wasn't really sure exactly how to, you know, to even consider if that's actually her or not. But I did, since I have her on Facebook as a friend, so I reached out to her that way. She said, she told me that she's rarely using Messenger on Facebook. But she did send me a voice clip to confirm me by her voice, and it was her. And the phone goes off, as always. Fun. So, yeah, and when I told on you guys on Discord, the main DM, you're like, what? Seriously? And that's not good. So, but she confirmed only her main Discord account. So yeah, so Crystal's main Discord account was hacked, but luckily though, it was the only thing that had been hacked, not her second account, or not her Facebook or her YouTube channel has not even hacked, but only, from what I remember, what she told me was that a friend of hers had signed up her for some DM, or I I just don't remember exactly what the cause was, but it was something, and it just get hot, so that her account was hacked. That's a bummer though. I wasn't really sure exactly if it was even her or not. You know, just to be want to be careful, just be cautious. I didn't want to have my own computer hacked, but better being safe than sorry. Am I right? Even you did get that email about you being hacked, or you had to be in, or well, something like that. So people, be always being careful. Can happen to you, it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. It's just one of the worst things that can happen. Hmm. What else to do? Well, I have no freaking idea what to do next today. Not many people are joining in. That's a bummer. Coop was online, Malakat's catching up on that. I don't know. I mean, game guy, if you were up for any to do anything else, let me know. Man, this is a long day. Sometimes I may wonder, is it worth it? Just is it worth to be up? Probably not. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just don't want to even go out. Got up. Right? Sometimes I just want to stay in bed, sleep all day. But that's the problem. That's the problem. I heard too much sleep is not good for you. I heard like some scientific report, lack of sleep, high risk for developing dementia. Too much sleep can also causing or in a higher risk for dementia. That sounded like a bit strange. I mean, if you only sleep like between 2 to 3 hours per night, understandable that could be in higher risk for developing dementia or something like that. But sleeping from between 10 to 15 hours or so, I don't know why that could even be a much of risk for developing dementia or something. I don't even know. It was just about a while ago, so I'm not sure exactly if that's if it's actually accurate, but I'm not so sure. Brandy Cruz, hello. Yeah, I wasn't sure exactly what to do today, so just browsing around, streaming as always, but sometimes I just like feeling tired or, bored. Sometimes when the streams that are game guy is playing a Super Mario Randomizer, which is not like an official Mario game, we can. It's basically where Mario putting a number in a seed that can change Mario's clothes, hair, and even his shoes or gloves, different colors. Sometimes he can look like a, I don't know, like a cotton candy Mario or fruit salad Mario. He can have different colors on his clothes. The thing about that, if you're putting different numbers in each seed and the outcome, that is one thing. You will never know for sure exactly what his true appearance will be like. I mean, if you're putting a random numbers, the outcome of his clothes or the colors of his clothes afterwards, it's not known. I mean, you can't really do what, so you can't really know for sure exactly how he will look like, unless you had only used that numbers of his seed before. So what you do on here? Well, we usually playing Super Mario games like Mario Randomizer, uh, do game show stream. We have done a few Smash and Pass in the past. Uh, well, we have done a few Hangman. Um, what else? We have done a few of well, actually only one that's so far. Would you rather? But majority of the most of the time is either Game Show Stream or Mario Randomizer. Since Game Guys that one has that game, I don't. In fact, I actually had never played any Mario games my whole life. Shocking, isn't it? And I really haven't played much of it in Mario games. The only ones I played kind of, I mean a little bit of was Donkey Kong on the Nintendo 64. But it wasn't my game. The only Code Lane's here. The other games that I have played over uh, on PlayStation was Pokemon Stadium a few times, not my own. What else? Played a few sports, Wii Sport on the Wii console. It wasn't, but it wasn't my family that they had only borrowed from one of my sister's ex. So that was fun. Especially playing archery or bowling. That was fun. What else? What type of stream we do? Wait, let's see. Cody is playing a Yu-Gi-Oh game on PS2. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good. Just, you know, a bit bored. Well, I wasn't sure exactly what the type of stream do today. Um, Well, that's it. Mostly the stream, that type of we do on the streams. But yeah, when we do Smash and Pass, well, let's say it can go a little bit of insanity. And I've done a few things, but it has happened that it has happened before that some of the streams that we have that I have done a few times. Well, it went chaos, like beyond control. Sometimes of fun chaos. Others they were crazy beyond that even I could even handle. Sometimes that it had happened a few times that some of the streams were made that kind of triggered me, like pissed me off. But I have to say it would take a lot to do that. I can handle a lot of things but there are a few things that could trigger me to snap out it. But even if someone does something, but I would say it still takes a lot of things to trigger me for a few things. What console do you prefer? Like a playing console? Yeah, that's not for my answer would be none. I don't really play. I'm not much a gamer at all. I never actually had any PlayStation in my life. The one when I played Pokemon Stadium, that was
That
all my
sounds like
friends.
a question for me.
Jeez, Jesus, dude, that
Hard
was
to
loud.
say. Was it? I didn't even need to be loud. I just showed up out of fucking nowhere. Whatever. Yeah, honestly, they're all great. If we're talking Nintendo, I mean,
Is there any other
the other-
console except for Nintendo?
I don't know what you mean. Nintendo's the only console, obviously, in case you weren't aware. No.
Have you ever never a PlayStation console or Sega console, Nintendo
I mean,
Switch?
our dad has a PS4, a PS5, PS2. I have his old PlayStation 1 and his old Sega. Just kind of chilling it.
Don't you, or was it you or your dad who has a GameCube?
I have the GameCube.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. It's connected to the Wii, but it's still there. Kind of. Sort of.
Well, I did, but if I have to say for consoles, it's normally I haven't played any consoles like that in years. But when I did play Donkey Kong on the old classic square flat.
That would be the N64.
Yeah, that type of console. When I played Donkey Kong a little bit on it, it was kind of different because I had played some consoles that similar to kind of a PlayStation console. I mean, that one it's way different from the Nintendo 64. So I have to say, Nintendo 64 console is probably even though it has been like 10 years or so, I believe, since I played the game. So, but I have to say that probably more, at least more funnier to play with, at least that type of console. The most games that I played is under online, like Battleship. So I would have to say PS2, and two of my favorite games are Lunar 2 and Legend of Dragon. Huh. I have never even heard of those games. I mean, like I said, I'm not much a gamer, so it perfect makes sense that I haven't heard much of those games. Though, but I have heard of several types of games. There were actually one game that my best friend played years ago. Um, was it called? I don't know for exactly which one it was, but there was one of the Half-Life franchise. It's like a shooting game. Um, I just said for like some like a uh, not like a request, more like a suggestion what he should do. So he tried it and it worked. And he tried another idea that I told him that he could try, and it also worked. So like 2 times in a row, despite I never even played that game, and it worked. Though I also have played a lot of other racing games, like those where we're literally using in like a car steering wheel console. That's that's fun, but I haven't played that in many years. I did play a little bit of Pokemon Red and Blue when I was like 9, 10, when it first came out. But I never completed the games since even though back then my understanding of the English language was very limited. It was very limited at. I mean, since English is not even my native language or even the official language, I understood some of the words. So let's say the only one that when I in the games, I never even actually get to any of the gyms. As far as I could go in the games, if you are in Pallet Town, you live in town or you're in those high grass. That was as far as I did get in the games. That was just one of a long time ago. um, yeah, but if I would have to say, if I had to play one of the games or for any like PlayStation, I would have to say I would definitely play the first Pokemon Stadium because that game was awesome. It was so good. It was so fun. But I know that I have no idea why I actually asked my parents for you to buy it for me. Sure, I can do it now, but I mean I can buy it myself. But just I mean I had never been much a gamer or something like that. So, but I have played several other not video games but computer games. Some were the very first original Doom, the shooting game, House of Death. So, but I have played several games throughout the years, like some on computer, a few on the PlayStation, a few on the Wii Sports, like that. But Pokemon Stadium, I would definitely want to play that. But Mario games itself, I haven't really played any of those. But it would have been fun to play some Mario games. But though, wait, there's actually one of the game I did play once, but that was also a long time ago. Street Fighter. Now that is a game that is awesome. You cannot deny on Street Fighter is a good game, especially if you're playing against yourself. But there is one game, even if they're on a computer, which is chess. Even if I played it against a computer, I'd lose immediately. Why? I am so terrible in chess because I don't know where how the pieces would even go. Well, I mean there are a few I know where how they can move, but even if I play chess against someone in real life, I would still lose. I'm terrible at that game. But there is a fact a few games that I can play on a computer, especially online, which is Uno. Love that game. You cannot deny Uno is one of the good games, especially the card games if for among friends or family. That's kind of cool. The board games also they can be fun, but the only board game that I came up with, Monopoly. Yeah, never played that game. I just we never had that game in my family. Can you even imagine? Like, can you imagine the world that where Sega, Nintendo never existed, or if they did exist, but they never made video games, or the whole concept of video games never ever existed? Because how would the world look like? That it might be weird. I mean, there's even a movie where lying is not even possible because no one can't even lie. That is another thing. Well, until one guy actually have a mental breakdown, which somehow triggered something in his brain that made it impossible to lie. And in fact, it's kind of weird how that's live. All we live in a world where everyone is telling the truth. Be honest. But if all my friends, I have to say, Game Guy is the most gamer. I mean, after all, name Game Guy, and he played probably every single Mario game. Cody, have you played any other games like that, other from Yu-Gi-Oh? Have you played any Mario shooter games or anything like that? Yeah, and also Cody doesn't he doesn't talk in a stream like that. So like we are, he usually talks in a private chat on Discord along StreamYard. So, but I mean, even though I'm not much as a gamer, I don't really dislike video games at all. It's just I was never much as a okay. I wasn't to say a fan, but I was just not much. I was never much introduced in video games when I was young. Not even my older sister or my younger brother was not much in for video games themselves. Sure, I mean, I did have some form of video games console when I was younger, but I don't even remember exactly what they were, since it was not like another Nintendo or Sega or any something like that. But I have to say, when when Nintendo, or was it even Nintendo? I don't even remember. I don't know who exactly the one who producing the PlayStation company, or but the PlayStation X and S series, those are the designs for the PlayStations. Well, when I first saw the Series X and S for PlayStation, I was kind of surprised. So, what's next? Series D, Series K, maybe? I don't even know. Though there is those virtual reality goggles or VR games. I haven't really tried any of those before, but I would definitely give it a try. Those for sure. It just that type of game consoles can cost a lot actually. It just depends on where, if you buy them online or if you find them in stores like that. But I mean, if they're like costing, like say, for between 1,000, maybe 1,500 or something like that, or even 2,000. If they're like being costing like 2 grand for the video games, like goggles and a few games, or even the separate, if I had to buy them the games separate from the goggles, even the goggles would cost me between 1,800 to 2,000. Yeah, I may have to pass on that though. I just don't want to pay too much for any particular game. Money doesn't grow on trees, people. But I would definitely try a VR game, for sure. But I might buy some console when I move out, when I get the time for that. Uh, but at the moment, I haven't. Yeah, it's just I really haven't thought much about it at all. I know that my girlfriend's brother, he is a gamer. He usually plays a lot of games, and I think they had an Xbox, PlayStation, GameCube? Question mark. I don't know. I have never actually been over to their place since she is in America and I'm in Sweden, so big difference. But the only thing about her brother is when he plays a game, if it is against computer or at least the game itself or against someone else. Well, if you lose, two words: flip out. He will flip out if he loses a game. It's not a joke. He really would be pissed if he loses against someone else in a game or like that. So, and if I play a game against him in a game and I beat him, depending on like if a racing game or a shooting game or something like that, if I beat him, I would have to say, I would tell him that's beginning of luck because that would be my first time playing that game. If he had played that game for, let's say, 5 years, and I would be playing the first time and I beat him in the first trial, he would have had like 5 years experience of playing the game, and of me, that would have been about like beginner's luck. If I had played a game as much time as he had, I would have some experience. I would probably give him a challenge. But if I had never played a game, and against someone who had played a game for a few years, I would have like beginning luck. But the are in fact a few games that or at least some games that I would never even want to try. One, which is World of Warcraft. I'm not much against that type of game. It just doesn't really suits me. It's a fancy game, but I have to say when I've seen the designs of the characters, like the ogres or trolls like that, they're looking quite badass. But I had never been much drawn to that type of game. It's just that. I hadn't even seen the first movie they actually made of World of Warcraft. I haven't even seen that one yet, so. And probably not even going to either, so. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually made any particular games based on the Alien movies. Like Alien Predator vs. Predator, something like that. Seen the movies, except for Alien Covenant and Alien Romulus. I hadn't even seen those two. And I'm not even going to. After I saw the last one, I really didn't like that movie. The very original one from the 80s and 90s, okay, they were actually a bit better though, but the newer version of that one, yeah, let's say they weren't. Compared to the special effects from the original Alien movies or new ones, it's a big difference. I can say that, but yeah, they were not much of. Yeah, it was just not for me. The ones that the type of genre of movies I like, which is sci-fi, comedy, and horror. But Horror movies these days, I have to say they are one word: bad. Like terribly bad. It just some of these movies or horror movies are like between 2-3 hours long. GP. I don't know where. Uh, I don't know where that is. But if anyone's like some other like classical horror movies, like Terror of Elm Street, like with Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees, I have not seen any of those movies. Except I've seen Jason X, which is one of the last movies they made of with Jason Voorhees. So that movie it was, yeah. There was one movie I did see a long time ago. I was probably like early teenager. Okay, this one has a few franchise of different. There are a number of movies in that franchise, but I had not even seen the first ones or the later ones. Only one of them. I don't remember exactly which one it was. Children of the Corn. That is a horror movie. It freaked me out when I first saw it. I'm not going to do exactly why. It's only like say the bad guy in the movie. Well, let's say the way how he died. But I am not going too much into details. It's just too graphic. It mainly because I don't know how my friends or how the others will react to that. So, um, Jurassic Park. Oh, Brady. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have seen the first trilogy of the Jurassic Park and the new one, like Jurassic World. I know for this. I can say right now, it's the last one, Jurassic World Dominion, or it's actually not the last one. They're actually working. There is actually a new movie of Jurassic World in the development called Jurassic World Rebirth. So, but if I have to say of the Jurassic Park movies that's one of my favorites, it's the first one. The first one is the absolute best. But the later ones, they're like Jurassic World movies. Okay, I give to that the special effects are better. But yeah, I have to say they were um I mean the special effects were really good. I mean compared to the original movies I made back then, really good. But it was just it didn't have the same feeling. But I do love Jurassic World. Well, I mean, true. They might like it more like a remake. Um, even though, okay, the first Jurassic World, when they had this, I don't remember exactly the name of the dinosaur, the one that they first, like the very original hybrid. Like there was some, in the first one they had frog DNA mixed in with the dinosaur DNA. Which, but in the new one, they put many different animals, not just only frog, but also chameleon DNA and others. But the the raptor they made in a uh, oh yeah, Indominus. But they made the raptor made based on a blue, the raptor. That raptor, oh wow, it was badass. I mean, that was so good one. But um, wait, but there is one of the, but the newest, well, the one that's been developing right now is that the dinosaurs The thing is, in the last movie where we can see how the dinosaurs are living freely around the world, you can see long sauropod like brachiosaurs walking around in the snow. Yeah, they weren't even done that realistically. They prefer most dinosaurs were living more like a tropical climates. But in the new one they are working on, as far as I can tell, is that most of the dinosaurs had already gone extinct. But there are some dinosaurs that are living in equator region, like in a tropical region. There are some group of people that are looking for how to find those type of dinosaurs to extracting something from their blood to use as a cure or something. But if this is true, that the dinosaurs had died, or at least the majority of dinosaurs died out in this newest Jurassic World movie, that raises one question: what about Rexy, like the T-Rex from the very original movies? Yeah, her name is Rexy, which is the name suits her. So the question is, what about her and her mate and their offspring? Will they still be not even alive? That's yeah. It it's kind of a bit sad if they had died. I mean, after all, they were the only dinosaurs alive. The creator and director David Koepp, who did the original one, is doing this one. Huh? Really? I didn't know that. Well, actually, in the last one, the last movie, and even in the second one, is the fact that Rexy is having actually since the if you've seen the second movie, Lost World, when they're right when a T-Rex is running around in San Diego, running after this offspring, when they put it back on the island, you can see two full-grown T-Rex with with a young one. So it had to be Rexy and its mate. But the thing is, since Rexy is a female and the other T-Rex also a female and the offspring is a female, there are no males. And oh, Malachite is here. That's fun. But the dinosaur, in the first movie when you're seeing this, right, but the scientist is trying to pull out some DNA from the mosquito in the amber. It was actually later revealed that mosquito was actually an elephant mosquito, and it doesn't even suck blood like the normal ones does. And even as the whole concept of bringing back dinosaurs by that way, one word: impossible. You really can't clone dinosaurs even today like in real life. It's impossible. Even if you manage to developing very much the most advanced cloning technology, but there's only a reason for that: DNA. You may think that blood that can inside dinosaur or mosquito that's trapped inside an amber after millions of years, even though there's a good chance that they've been to actually were to be alive or to be useful, it's not at all, because DNA breaks down after several hundred millions of years. The DNA, it would be tiny fractions, like fragments, too small for any of that even to be usable. Even DNA, even if you have been frozen for for the past 10 to 20,000 years, it's still also being broken down, but it leaves more potential to be brought back. So dinosaurs is once again impossible to bring back. It's not realistically. No, that's not true. You have to remember the Lost World was located on Isla Sorna, not Nublar, where Rexy is located. Oh, yep, you're right. My bad, my bad. Wait, is this really in Malik? I'm like, yep, it is. But I have to say, but the whole concept of bringing dinosaurs from cloning like that is interesting. But
Who did you think it was? Dracula?
I mean, I wasn't also sure. I mean, considering like the time when Game Guy was one that doing a stream once before, that someone pretended to be one of the people that's one shown up in the comments.
Yeah, they pretended to be you. Well, one
No,
of your OCs
no.
anyway.
No, not pretend. Not he was that guy didn't pretend to be Malachite. If you
Yeah, he did.
remember when, no,
He had his he didn't pretend to be him. He had one of his OC names.
Oh yeah, right.
So
That was
yes, he did.
Oh right. Okay, now we remember.
Not
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. Where that guy said the N word. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty bad. But dinosaurs itself, but yeah, the franchise with the Jurassic Park or movies, they are really good. In fact, ever since the Jurassic World Dominion was the last to being released, I mean before the new one has been in development right now, there were actually the director had even said that he was willing to do a new trilogy. So, well, it's possible that might be two more, but as many people knows, that movies based on that makes a sequel based on that movie usually is good. Okay, then there will be some others like some sequels might be good. Okay, others be bad, terrible. Okay, when you're talking about sequels and prequels, there's one franchise, Star Wars. Don't take me wrong, the franchise is pretty good. But there's a whole, from the order it was made, it was pretty weird.
Hey, Harry Potter was also a good franchise. You can't leave that one out.
I mean, sure, I mean, true. But even if they, okay, there were some talks about making a Harry Potter TV series. But the thing is, even if they were bringing if they were to start making that TV series based on Harry's and Ron's and even Draco's kids in as the next generation, and having some of the actors from the previous movies in as like the teachers, there might be a slight problem with that, because the one who played McGonagall recently died only about a month ago, and the one who played Hagrid also died about, I think, 1 or 2 years ago. So that would have been a huge problem. Having not Hagrid in a movie without that, it would have been a big loss. I mean, Hagrid is one of the best characters in the movies. You cannot deny that. I mean, that's half giant. Even though he can be tough, hard, but he's a big teddy bear. He's one of the best characters. And okay, Dumbledore. In the first few movies, there was a different actor. In the later ones, a whole different one. I mean, this main reason because the first actor died at some point in that.
I mean, you had lots of other great actors. I mean, Alan Rickman was one of my uncle's favorite actors, and him playing Severus Snape. I mean, him and his voice, he's like good and stern when getting the students' attention. Like when he enters the classroom in the first movie, he goes, "There'll be no foolish wand waving, awesome incantations in this class."
You know, there is actually but when I'm talking about the Star Wars, it was really strange because when Episode 4 was made, yeah, they started with the number 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 in that order. Another thing is George Lucas. he didn't actually made episode 5 and 6. He was not the one who directed the movies. It was someone else. But I have to say, episode 7, A Force Awakens, it was not that bad, to be honest. But the only thing is, it was actually a complete remake of episode 4. Don't take me wrong, because that Starkiller Base was exactly also like the concept of Death Star 1. And destroying a planet, hosting a prime system, is very much the same as that they were destroying Alderaan in the first movie. It's just that. It was basically the same thing. But they were actually later revealed that Starkiller Base actually were in fact a whole planet. And that planet was planet Ilum, that was sacred to the Jedi. I mean, but the later ones, episode 8 and 9, good, not bad. I mean, I was really surprised. She said, have you read the novels? Nope, I had not read any of the novels of the Jurassic Park. I know about them, but I have read about them.
Have you heard of the Master and Commander novels that were written by Conan O'Brien?
The one who made Sherlock Holmes?
Conan O'Brien's Master and Commander's novels was made for the 2003 movie.
Nope, never heard of. And the movie, I haven't even heard of that one either. Though, I can say right now about the Star Wars is there is actually, if you remember Rey, she's now the new Jedi Master. It actually also had been revealed that in 2026 it's going to be a whole new movie, and she's going to be made a main character in that one.
It's your turn, by the way.
So in that movie, she is trying to rebuild the Jedi Order once again, and the movie is set to take place 15 years after Episode 9. But there are some forces that's trying to stop her from bringing back the Jedi Order. But the thing is, it's not really sure, except since they haven't revealed the title of that movie, only that it's going to be a movie. It's just, I mean, it's not like it's going to be I don't know if that will be episode 10 or a whole different movie or something, or maybe it'd be as like a episode 9 epilogue, like the final movie or something like that. I just don't know. They have been, but that is not the only movie that has been planned. There are actually, I think it's around a total of 7 or 8 movies of Star Wars that's set to be produced within the next few years. One is about it's going to set place on the planet Ahch-To, that where Luke spending his exile on. But the thing is, that movie is going to be set in the year 25,000 BBY, like 25,000 years before any of the original movies. And it's about how the Jedi Order started. I can only imagine one character is going to appear in that movie, which is Prime Jedi, the founder of the Jedi Order. I mean, I don't really believe that is, though. I will tell you that the movies don't hold candlestick on the 2 movies. Oh, you mean like in the Jurassic Park movie, yeah? And about some of the dinosaurs, like the T-Rex, they were, if you remember Dennis, the guy who stole the DNA samples, there were actually a game where they actually had a concept art of him in the truck, still in there, well, still dead, but part of his face was, let's say, eaten. So, yeah, but I have to say it's kind of a strange, but one of my favorite franchises out there when it comes to movies, it had to be Star Wars. Even though episode 7, 8, and 9, even though they're good, but personally not much as my top 5 favorite movies. I mean, I have so many favorite movies out there, so it's just I can't have all of them in top 5. It's just that impossible. But the other small thing about this, in Star Wars canon, or Disney canon, which is also called, it's well different because um, um, right, in the Star Wars expanded universe, which also Star Wars Legends, things went different. Like Luke, he eventually did get married and have a son named Ben Skywalker. Leia and Han do finally get married and have three kids, twins, one boy and a girl, and another boy later named Anakin. The first one is named Jason and Jaina. Let's say Anakin died during a galactic war. Jaina kills her twin brother after he falls to the dark side. What else? Palpatine returns back to life by clone bodies several times, actually, in that expanded universe. And in the newest version, in the last one, where Palpatine reveals that he is back. You know, and you think that the Snoke, Supreme Commander Snoke, is actually a clone of Palpatine, but it didn't end up so well in the development. And there was actually one clone called, which is called also Strandcast clones. He was given the name Danten. He was actually Rey's biological father. Normally, even though he was a perfect, healthy clone, but he wasn't force sensitive. So Palpatine, he thought he was a failure. The other clones, like him, lack of force, would have been terminated, like killed. But Palpatine allowed him to be alive, so that he could continue the bloodline by a natural way, hoping that maybe one day that he would have a granddaughter that will be force sensitive, strong enough, so that a kid that could eventually take over, that Palpatine could use as a vessel, which eventually kind of happened though. But Palpatine knew the fact that somehow he find out about Rey. But at least a good thing that her parents sacrificed themselves in order to prevent from Palpatine to use, from using her. It's but yeah. But yeah, it's just
too crazy to explain.
I mean, considering of how Palpatine returning back to life, I mean, it's kind of spawned back in for the original ones. Oh, that's pretty cool.
I did this on a happy color tab where you can just touch the screen and put the colors in. And this was in one of the Halloween ones.
That's
I
pretty cool,
must
though.
have your soul.
You were saying? Sup? That one is gonna be for my Halloween stream. So,
Even though
where were
this year
you?
I thought we were doing ghost ships.
Oh,
Wait,
I
huh?
for Halloween apparently using the profile for the ghost ships. I forgot about it, but I still have mine. I do
Yeah, I did
somewhere.
lots of others, including this.
Hmm. Oh, when we're talking about movies and sequels, there is one movie. The first one is for the best, The Mask. But Son of Mask, the sequel. Even though I had not even seen the movie, but based on the clips and all that, and the fact that it's not even with Jim Carrey, so I have to say I'm not gonna even want to watch that movie. When it comes to Beetlejuice, now that is a movie that is bad. It's pretty good. I mean, it's the first one
What else
is for
special? What else?
but when it comes to the sequel, I haven't even seen that yet, so I can't say if it's a bad or good. But there are some of the movies that really were questionable. Sequels depending where type of game it is. Huh? Rainbow Planet.
Yeah, I did a whole lot of pictures on that app, including this one.
Oh, it's nice.
They are
Excuse me.
they are really cool. There's even this one with scarecrows, and I I dare say, look at it's jack o' lantern people. Yeah, I saved the little guy down here in the green for last.
Hmm.
I even did a cake, and I don't even know
Some,
how to describe this.
huh? That's something. So where have you been?
Uh,
Asleep?
my my alarm didn't go off when I slept a little past 4.
Awesome, Cody. Awesome. Well, I wasn't really sure exactly what type of stream would do, but Game Guys suggests the next Friday we'll do Day After Tomorrow Part 2. Oh, that kind of reminds me from Snow White, with the crow and the skull.
And those and the little spider, after she kicks as she's leaving, she sees the little skeleton reach out for that little orange pitcher. She kicks it and goes, "Have a drink!" And that spider just ran right out of it.
Holy shit, that looks amazing.
Oh, you
Where
haven't
do we
seen
even
anything yet.
where do we even make it?
On a coloring app called Happy Color, and that's not all particularly. I even have a witch.
Oh, it is his wife.
No, it isn't.
I will kick your
That'd
ass
be
later.
weird.
Bring it.
Don't worry,
Bring
I've
it
got
out.
family.
Bring it out. Cody sit on you. No, not the Cody that's with us today. What do you think of this one, game guy?
Seriously? Seriously awesome.
A bat
Hmm.
and a cross.
You probably could do maybe some art of space, comets, planets, something like that, perhaps.
I found my Laura Sickes was dressed up as for one Halloween.
Sounds about right. I mean, he's ancient anyways.
But yeah, it's not just Halloween ones that I've been doing. Um,
There is there's something moving behind you, back and forward.
just want to show. Look at this.
Awesome.
That is a
Kind of
good
reminds
picture.
that kind of reminds me of the Black Cauldron. You know the
And if you
movie.
mean this up here,
Yep.
that's a pirate flag that I got at Kokomo's one time during my first time there.
Hmm. That's cool.
There are even, but there are lots of pictures that I have colored and done. I mean, I even did this.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Have
look.
any of you excuse a pumpkin with a witch hat? Cool. Have any of you guys ever seen Mall Cop?
Heard of it, but never watched it.
What about you, though, game guy? Cody, have you guys seen Mall Cop?
Wally makes an answer. I do not know how to describe this picture, but I say to get out of the way from my coloring bits. I have no idea how to describe this.
Giant Cross? Hmm.
That's more of a tree in the shape of a cross.
Hmm. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Um.
I wasn't. There's some pictures I don't get of what they of why they're like that, but the key, the key factor is I don't really want to, you know, entirely put them down. I just enjoy looking at them whenever
Hmm.
you can.
When
Um,
I did ask about the Mall Cop, it seems uh my girl finally got this late cousin. Well, actually, a stunt man in that movie, and even many others like Iron Man 3, Shazam, Kill Bill 2, 1 and 2, Jurassic World, and Pearl Harbor, John Wick movies, some of the Fast and Furious, Preston Hobbs and Shaw, Spider-Man 2 and 3, Alien Resurrection, Matrix, and some others like Jason Bourne movies, like Supremacy, Ultimatum, Legacy, and a few others. That's kind of cool.
yeah. I've done lots of patterns. I've done vehicles, even butterflies, other types of bugs, nature, even world landmarks. I even have one on that is the world clock over in Europe.
Huh.
Yeah, say more.
Uh, I have think seen that one, but the one I've seen is something similar to that, which is in Florida, I believe. I think
There's
we're
one in
up.
Europe, and this one kind of reminds me of it.
Well, the one I'm thinking of, maybe not even be that, but it looks like similar to that in Florida, where outside Nickelodeon's old studio. I could be wrong, but it looks similar to that. Cody, have you seen Mall Cop? Oh, I haven't even seen it myself, but here's the list of the movies that my girlfriend's late cousin was part of. This is the type of movies that he was part of. It's a stunt double or a stuntman. So that's pretty many movies. Sadly, he passed
Um,
away some years ago.
Smish, if I was to share some of these with you guys, I know one fire goddess might like because I don't think I ever shared it with her. Look at this.
Awesome.
Hey, game guy, what do you think of this? If he's there, seriously, this was like one of the most kick-ass pictures I ever colored. That is so beautiful.
You know, there's one thing you could probably do: purple dolphins.
I happen to have at least I think one at least with dolphins. Um, and I must show you this one Halloween picture. This is phenomenal. This was pure fire right here.
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
And look,
definitely. Oh wow, I didn't know that Cody Darkhawk's brain skull was there.
oh brother,
And
I really love
that
this. I love this.
scarecrow and the scarecrow kind of reminds me of Koval.
Oh brother.
How did that go, Cody? How'd it go? Did you get it? Was it good? Bad? Huh, that's good.
I have done quite a lot. If you want to see, Cody, do you want to see some other ones I did? Okay. Ooh, I should at least show this one.
Oh, that's a badass. Wolves.
Yeah, and here's the one with dolphins that I did.
Hmm. If you had purple dolphins, that would be something for Fine Guns, because after all, purple is your favorite color.
Well, when I did an OC for her on the Avatar Maker app, I asked her what her 5 favorite colors were, and she said some sort of green, gold, purple, blue. Um, it had been a while. I forgot what the fifth one was that she said, but I made a nice one for her as a birthday present because it had a cupcake cutie mark on it. Um, I even did this.
Hmm. Kind of reminds me of Pinky and something like that.
um, and you said the planet I showed you earlier was a rainbow planet. You ain't seen anything yet.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a few of them at least with that are Saturn Cody, and this one is more realistic.
You know, there is actually one planet, or ooh, that's a cool one. There is actually
Yeah,
one exoplanet. There is one exoplanet that Hubble discovered. It has a nickname, Cotton Candy Planet. No joke.
well, there's a sugar zone for aliens.
Mm-hmm. It's a gas giant that looks similar to color to
Cody,
you, like
what
pink.
kind of Cody, what kind of music do you like? Like any genres of music you like?
80s. And Game Guy likes death metal.
I mean, so I mean, like,
No, I don't. I like pop.
Cody, I meant something like country or classic rock and roll, that kind of stuff. Okay. Um, I asked because of this.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's just so much of them. Um, I've done like lots of patterns. Um, I've done trains, boats, um, lots of good colorful patterns.
Hmm.
Um, ooh, do you think Fire Goddess might like this one, Swish?
Oh yeah, definitely.
um, what else can I show? Uh, ooh, I know what.
Oh, that's just cool.
Yeah,
Looks
there's
like it's coming out from a stuff. Looks like they're coming out from a black hole or something.
Aurora Borealis. I even have a volcano, and you guys see this.
Oh, that's cool.
Stunning. I've never really shown most of my some of my artwork because I wasn't sure how you guys were taking your set, or what you guys would have said about it. Um, but I'm glad I'm doing it now at least. Um, what else? Well, I've done some art. Um, yeah, get this. Happy Color even had or I'm sorry, it's the I'm sorry. I have Happy Color in an app called Paint by Number, and Paint by Number had an art section. Take a look at this from the art section. That is an actual painting.
Hmm. Kind of reminds me of the style that Vincent would go will make.
That's more like the paint wheat field with cypresses.
Hmm.
Um, what else? Considering I've shown these in the past before, it wouldn't surprise me if we appeared in the stream as them, as pictures.
Has anyone heard of the video game series Kirby? Yep, I heard about Kirby, the pink blob that eats a lot. Yeah, he did have his own anime series back in 2001, 2003. I pretty much heard about it, but never saw it.
Hmm.
Yeah, and don't really
Well,
expecting Gengar to see it since, hey, I'm not an anime guy.
let's see. I do have one that's a pink waterfall. I have one with a dragon, a phoenix, and a sword. Um, like I said, definitely a lot of vehicles. Um, and a lot of nature too.
Hmm.
Um,
Excuse me.
Oh shoot! Even some of the art on the paint by number Cody actually has actual moving animation on it. And this one that I'm about to show you is one of my favorites.
Oh, that is just so badass.
One of my favorites. I take that back. Is my top favorite. I mean, look at that with the eye.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, paint by number is definitely the good coloring app. Um. Oh, oh, you like dragons, Cody? Ha ha! You can even see rain on it.
That is just kick-ass. And lightning.
Well, at
Awesome.
least we know what Laura Sakis' new guardian angel looks like.
Looks better than Nessie, though.
Yeah. Um. What else have I done for art? Oh, speaking of art, does this look familiar, Swedish?
Hmm?
Does this look
Yeah,
familiar?
that's one of Vince Van Gogh's paintings.
Starry Night.
Game Guy, what are you doing? Are you eating or something? Sleeping, I bet. No, British. Oh, that's cool.
It was among some of the vehicles I did. That's more of a red colored caterpillar.
Looks like a bulldozer.
What do you think Caterpillar makes for construction and mining stuff? Other than trucks. I even have some planes. Do you remember Swedish, do you remember that the Red Baron was part of flying some flying circus type group during World War One?
Think so.
This picture reminds me of that.
Kinda does.
And honestly, look how close that blue one is to the red one.
That's kinda cool.
Yeah, you have a green one over here minding his business, but that blue one is definitely close to that red one.
Hmm.
I have one that looks like a disco ball, except it's not a moving animation. Well, sort of looks like a disco ball at that. Swedish.
Oh yeah.
This one's a GIF. Moving animations on this one.
Huh. Giant clock bug. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and if you notice, watch the small hand on the clock.
Yeah, they're moving.
I mean, but watch the smaller hand over here.
Couldn't see any much difference.
The small hand was going. Mm, mm, it was sort of twitching back to where it started moving from. Chloe. Hmm. What else? Oh yeah. Chloe. Hmm. The black the black one I could see kind of looks like Zekrom at best. I'm not sure about Reshiram. Are you sure Reshiram? You and Cody, I do have one creature on here that I thought for a moment I thought kind of two creatures on here that kind of almost resembled Ninetales. Um, actually, I take it back. Two. It's just one. Just one. Now, where is it? No, it's not. No, it's on here somewhere. Aha! There you are. This one, I kind of said almost resembled Ninetales a little bit. Not the Galarian form where he's blue, but when I saw this, for some reason Ninetales came to mind, Cody.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Just for some reason, Ninetales popped into my head because of how the tail looks. I mean, if Ninetales had a third form, I mean, I could see this being it.
True.
What about you, Cody? Would you agree on that?
Oh. Well, yeah, 2 hours, and I think it's way best sound at the end here, anyways.
And hey, Cody, there is one picture here that I want to finish at best showing you.
Oh, that is so bad looking. Not bad, but good looking one. Whoo. Well, Cody, see you next time.
See ya, buddy. You know, if I get a chance at sharing some of these, never mind, never mind. Um, I was about to say something, but I just for some reason my mind just blanked out randomly.
Not the first time.
I mean, I even have some pictures that look like vintage car stamps.
Hmm.
And I mean, check it out.
Yeah,
And look what says up there.
Benz 1885. The world's first automobile designed by Carl Benz.
Yep. And that leads to a motor car president of 1897. It led to this Swedish.
Oh, interesting.
In 1897, motor car president.
Think about the time to end here since. Wow, not many.
It led to those four, and it ended with this one. A 1909
Packard.
a 1909 Packard. Beautiful model.
Yep. I think it's about to end here. Has been 2 hours.
All right.
So where have you been? Oh, that's just so good.
Where the world needed
Phoenix.
me.
Right.
Actually, just kind of sitting back and letting this do its thing on its own, or whatever.
Well, I think it's about time to end here, anyways. But that Phoenix is so good. So everyone, has been fun to be here, even though a bit later than usual. So until next time, will be about hopefully it will be game show stream next time. Hopefully. So yeah, this is Vijabo signing off. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.